Foraging and minimalism go hand in hand because foraging is really bringing us back to the most primal and natural thing that there is, and that's what minimalism is trying to do too. It's trying to bring us back to what's simple, what was primal, what came first, before all of this other stuff complicated our lives. My name is Allie. I live in New York City in the borough of Staten Island, and I'm an urban forager. I studied sustainability at Arizona State University, and one of the things I was really into was sustainable food systems. The sustainability mind is always looking for solutions to problems. So one of the problems that we have in our food system is that we're importing a lot of our food in cities, and we also deal with food insecurity. And I realized then that foraging could provide a solution to some of the issues in our food system. I just looked up and I see these black walnuts growing right here. With foraging, it really gives you the opportunity to practice sustainable minimalism and simplifying your life. There are so many plants outside that we're disregarding as weeds that we can use to replace so many things that we're buying in the grocery store. Whenever I'm walking through a green space, I'm always like scouting and looking for like little textures and little berries and edges of leaves, because those are all things that you use to identify the plant. Today when we're foraging, it is the middle of the summer, it's very hot, we have so many things growing. We're gonna find a lot of wine berries. It is berry season in my region. The wine berry, it's a little compound berry. It's hollow on the inside, exactly like a raspberry, but it has a little bit different flavor. The taste is a little tangy, very sweet, but it has some tang to it. Getting into foraging is not as hard as people think. Foraging is just as easy as learning one plant at a time. We all can identify plants, like when we go to the grocery store, when we go to a plant shop. Learning about wild plants is the same exact thing. People look at me funny when they see me foraging, they see this in my mouth, but I don't really care. Some people think of foragers and they think that they have to have all the survival and bushcraft gear that costs tons of money, but you totally don't. I use very minimal gear, often just a recycled jar from packaging. It's super easy and anyone can get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything that I collect just in a bag. You can use, leftover takeout bags. You don't need a fancy foraging basket. You just need a plastic bag, a tote bag, anything that can hold your plants. The way foraging makes me feel is probably the thing that keeps me foraging. I feel completely at peace and present when I'm foraging, which I think is absolutely necessary in the world that we're living in, which can be so busy, especially if we live in a city center. I think foraging is a great tool for getting people curious about the natural world. Nature is good for us and we need nature no matter how much we think that we don't. So I think that using our senses to get connected with wild edible plants around us can make us feel invested in protecting our local green spaces.